Hello again everyone and welcome back to the Weather Centre. While much of South Africa remained dry for today, up in the northeast there were a couple of thunderstorms over parts of Limpopo, mostly due to the high temperatures over this area, and some of those thunderstorms will linger into this evening as well. Over the eastern parts of the province, on the other hand, it was a mostly gloomy day. There was thick cloud in the low veldt as well as along the escarpment, along with a bit of drizzle. That kept temperatures low for those areas. For tonight, we're still going to have a couple of those thunderstorms, but those will dissipate later on, while over the opposite side of the country, a few thunder showers will start developing this evening. That's going to be due to an approaching cut-off low that's going to destabilize the atmosphere over parts of the northern and western Cape. More thunderstorms expected to come out of the system as we head into tomorrow. But before then, it remains cloudy over the far eastern parts, especially along the escarpment areas, maybe even some overnight fog. Those conditions could even reach Gauteng into the early hours of tomorrow morning. But by mid-morning on Thursday, things start to clear up, and then in the afternoon, the thunderstorms really start to kick in over the high veldt as well as all across the southern interior of the country. That's due to the cut-off low that's going to be moving across the country on your Thursday. Those thunderstorms spread further eastwards towards Thursday evening, reaching Limpopo and Mpumalanga and all across KwaZulu-Natal. So some wet weather expected for the next couple of days. But for tonight, only isolated showers and thunderstorms up in the northeastern parts as well as over the northern and western Cape interior, as we've already seen. There is a very small chance for light rain along the eastern coastline, as well as some drizzle along the escarpment areas of Limpopo and Mpumalanga overnight and into the early hours of tomorrow. Quite cold over the eastern interior. Bethlehem drops down to 6 degrees overnight, and we'll also see single digits for some areas in the south. In the northern Cape, on the other hand, some places remaining quite warm, including Uppington, 17 degrees as a minimum temperature tomorrow morning. Typical springtime conditions for Thursday afternoon, warm to hot for many places, but milder, especially over the far eastern and southern parts of the country, some places remaining in the high teens and low 20s for tomorrow afternoon. Johannesburg, on the other hand, will climb to 29. It will be a partly cloudy afternoon, and as we've seen, there is a likelihood for thunder showers tomorrow, so thunderstorms will be returning to Gauteng. On Thursday, it will also be a fairly gusty day, those wind speeds getting up to about 25 kilometers per hour at times. Friday brings drier conditions to the western Free State, including Bloemfontein, but the thunderstorms continue in the east, especially over in Mpumalanga and KZN. Some very wet weather in the forecast. And on Saturday, it's going to be dry all across the western half, while there'll still be a few isolated storms for a warm to hot Gauteng.